I watched a boy drown. They say you never know what you'll do in an emergency until it happens. Some people run into the burning building, while others run to safety. What's interesting is those with the heroic tendency always say the same thing in interviews. Someone will ask, "What made you risk your life doing that insanely dangerous thing?" They'll always say, "I don't know, I just did it." What you do in an extreme situation isn't something that you think about. It's actually just a reflex. I saw a boy slip into a river, and I learned that my reflex is kind of different to the hero or the coward. I was out for a walk, and he was there, a little bit ahead of me, exploring the forest or whatever. All of a sudden, he just fell in. I immediately froze when it happened. Watched as he splashed uselessly. Listened as his cries went from full-throttled to burbly and wet. Looked right into his eyes as he saw me. Those eyes, that face, twisted with panic and terror, desperate and pleading. Those little eyes screaming, "Help! Help!" As I watched him slide into the water and drown, I felt this electric surge run through my body. Power isn't quite the right word. I think I would describe it as force. I was the difference between this boy's life and death. Nobody had ever needed me so much in all my life. When his body bobbed back up to the surface and started drifting downriver, I noticed that my knickers were as wet as the corpse's. I immediately hurried away from the scene. I'm smart enough to know how suspicious me being there looked. For a couple of days I was freaked out I'd get in trouble. Nothing ever happened. No one knew I was there. But even though I didn't get caught, it wasn't the end of the ordeal. I dreamt about the boy, his silent, screaming eyes, and woke up sodden. I went down to the bar next door and picked up, had the most insane orgasm, fucking whoever. I just couldn't get this thing out of my mind. I needed it to happen again. So, I bought a pass to the local pool, and I watched from a towel every day, hoping, I don't know, someone would fall in or something. Nothing ever happened, of course, with all the people and lifeguards there, but at least I got hella fit swimming. I went to the black market and bought a police scanner. Now, this was a game changer. Anytime there was a horrible accident or violence in my area, I would always be there, a few minutes after the police. I would hide and watch from the shadows, or would walk by and stare, or till this one time. I was doing a walk by and I bumped into this man. I was so excited I almost came on the spot. But none of it was quite like the boy. The whole thing actually just wasn't working, and I knew it was because none of the situations involved me. All of the car crash and stabbing victims had other people to interact with, people whose job it was to save their lives. I was always off to the side, hidden from the action. They remember watching me back. So I started hunting down the black spots. Dangerous stretches of road, slippery cliffs and touristy areas, places where extreme sportists go to dance with death. I would be the only one there if anything happened. I would be centre stage again, just me and them. But nothing ever happened. Turns out you'd have to go to some places for months in advance for anything to happen. I went to this one notorious stretch of road every day for 5 weeks, and the worst I saw was a dented bumper. But then, purely by accident, it all came together. I found a place while walking in the forest, and I knew that the odds were about to be stacked in my favour. It was just what I'd been waiting for. The anticipation of what was to come filled me with a drive unlike anything I have ever experienced. I made a sign. Danger, do not enter. Didn't want to be culpable. Then I bought a drill from way out of town. I wore a generic blouse and black sunglasses. I know it was just a drill, but I couldn't be too cautious. I installed the sign. Then I loosened the ladder. I found a place to watch. And then when everything was in place, I waited. I waited 3 whole long days. But, God, was it worth the wait? 2 men, in their mid-30s, came down the path around midday, chatting loudly and laughing. My heart was beating so loud I swore they'd hear it. I wasn't sure if I was holding my breath or asphyxiating as they approached the sinkhole. Oh yes, they both went in, stripped down to their boxers and climbed into the water. But the ladder stayed in place. Oh, fuck! I ground my teeth. Should I do it myself? Should I go and kick the damn thing right off the wall? No, I couldn't do that. That would make me a killer. A monster. Waiting and watching is one thing. Getting involved is another. And don't judge me on what I did with the bolts. I put up a fucking sign. It's their own fault. Oh, fuck. Man A tried to climb out and the ladder snapped right off the wall. I hunkered down, riveted. They both remain calm as they try to find a way out of the sinkhole. The walls are smooth and sheer, so climbing out isn't going to happen. One of them has the idea to try to hook the ladder onto something. I clench my fists as the ladder snags onto a bolt still stuck in the wall. My fingernails draw blood from their palms as the man A tries to climb out. It doesn't go his way. The ladder rips off and smashes into Man B's face. Man A goes berserk as his friend temporarily loses consciousness. He struggles to keep them both afloat until B comes back to life a few minutes later. He's confused as hell and almost immediately drowns. This sends them both into a frenzy. They are stronger swimmers than the boy, so they manage to keep afloat and even start calling for help, but the ladder episode and all the freaking out has worn them down. They take turns resting, one holding the other up while treading water. They look for something to hold on to. It looks like there's a rock or something just under the waterline. The determination to survive lasts for hours. My heart is a marathon of heavy beating as I watch and wait. Eventually, B slips into the water while A is maybe dozing. He doesn't notice for minutes. But when he does, it's full panic stations. He screams and screams and screams, and it's not until I'm at the edge of the ledge looking in do I realise that I'm screaming too! Coming the hardest I've ever come as I watch a drowning man wail over his dead friend. A sees me and literally triples the volume. Help! Help me! Help! What are you doing? Throw me a fucking shirt! That branch over there! Help me! You weirdo! Fucking help me! You cunt! You fucking psycho weirdo cunt! Help me! time as I watch the hate, dread, and anguish in his eyes as he slips into the water one final time. The force abates. I was utterly spent, utterly drained. I went to go, but immediately collapsed and passed out right in the dirt. I don't feel guilty. I tried to, but I just don't. I put up the sign that would have saved their lives if they cared enough about their own safety to heed its warning. Is it my fault people do dumb things? Take dumb risks? I want to agree that every death is tragedy. It feels like something I'm supposed to agree to. But you know what they say. I hate to see you go, but fuck, oh fuck, do I love to watch you leave.